It's Joe Cioffi, and we're up to part two of the steaks, and of course the lawnmower and the leaf blower start exactly when I start my video. So earlier we cut our video where we prepped all of this. So let me just say right off the bat, guys, just follow the instructions as is, and you'll be fine. Ladies, you're going to be tempted to change absolutely everything about this recipe. Please don't. Okay, because nothing drives me more crazy than someone asking for a recipe from me, which has happened. Then they change it completely around, and then they have the audacity to come up to me afterwards and say, how come it didn't come out the way you made it? Well, maybe it's because you didn't follow the directions the way it is, because you can't improve on it, okay? So we're just going to leave it at that. Now, while your steaks, we season them, we let them sit for about a half an hour to an hour at room temperature to absorb all the seasonings, the paprika, the garlic, the kosher salt, and a little bit of olive oil. While that's sitting there prepping, you can, of course, just go ahead and make whatever your favorite salad is. If I have to tell you how to make a salad, then, seriously, you shouldn't be doing this. So next, make sure you've also pour 1 glass of wine, and then your cast iron skillet, you see that it's smoking, so it's gotten really hot. So now we can put our steaks, and I put just a little bit of olive oil at the bottom, just so that it doesn't stick to the pan. And the point here is you want to blacken them, okay? So you're going to only have to turn them once. So make a note of the time. I'm just looking at my clock, so this way I know to turn them in about 4 minutes or so, 4 to 5 minutes. These steaks are under an inch thick, so I just want to be careful not to overcook them, because I like to cook them medium rare. So I'm thinking about 8 or 9 minutes should do it for this thickness. If you have your steaks at about an inch thick, you're going to want to cook them for about 11 minutes. Now, in the meantime, we go back to our glass of wine that we poured, because this is the most important part of the whole process, so pay very close attention. We poured the glass of wine that you poured, you're going to drink it. Not all at once, okay? So this way you're kind of relaxed and you're enjoying it, you're savoring it, while your steaks are cooking. I used to be a big fan, I still am, watch it every once in a while, watch Julia Child. She would always have, whatever it is she was cooking as far as the meat was concerned, it always required it to marinate overnight. And she would have 2 bottles of wine, one to marinate the meat in, and the other bottle so that you would drink it up all night long. So the important part about cooking is always to have a little bit of fun. And the other thing I'm just going to do is just got some mozzarella sticks heating up separately in the toaster oven here, and I have a loaf of Italian bread that I picked up, Brooklyn braided twist Italian bread. So I'm just going to throw this in a 350 degree oven just for a little 5 minutes or so, just to heat it up, and then you can melt a little bit of butter and you can taste good. So you can see the steaks are cooking here at about 4 minutes, a couple of minutes or so. I'm going to flip them around. I'm doing this all on the fly so that you rather than just kind of cut it all separately and then edit it together, so you can get an idea of how it goes. So you're starting to see the heat cooking the steak up from the bottom up in the cast iron skillet, and underneath you want to get it to that they start to turn. I like to blacken them. I know some folks don't like things overly burned. I do. So we're going to try to get them and blackened up. And again, the key here on the cast iron skillet is to just get it as hot as possible. So this way you cook them fast. It stays medium rare on the inside. You don't want the steaks to dry out. And let's see, we're coming up. I think it's probably be able to turn them in another minute or so. They smell good. There. So we're going to start flipping them up now, and you can see they got that nice dark color to them. So the only other thing I would say is that when they're done, when you take them out, just let them sit on the plate for a couple of minutes, just to rest from the cooking, and this way they hold on to their juices better. Don't cut the meat while it's cooking to see if it's cooked enough. You just have to kind of sort of do it on just sort of feel your way with regards to whether they're done or not. Because if you cut it, then all the juices bleed out, and then your meat's going to dry out. All right, so I hope this helps some of you. At least this is easy. You notice from the other video, between that and then cooking the actual food, it really doesn't require a whole lot of work. And then, of course, remember to drink your wine while it's cooking, so you can be completely relaxed. All right? Enjoy your night. Enjoy your dinner. Stay safe. Tomorrow we're going to do roast chicken, a whole roast chicken. All right? And remember, guys, I don't have to tell you. You can just follow the instructions as is. You'll be perfectly fine. Ladies, resist the temptation to change everything about this recipe because you think you can make it better because you can't. Have a nice night. Good night.